What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and we are talking about our old friends Ubisoft. Ubisoft in the news again as they cut 45 jobs across Cary and San Francisco teams, this coming to us from Game Developer. 45 employees have been let go by Ubisoft according to Bloomberg. The outlet reports the reductions were spread across the U.S. offices located in Cary, North Carolina, and San Francisco, California. A Ubisoft spokesperson said the cuts were made to align with their organizations with future businesses and development objectives. Ubisoft Cary team, typically known as Red Storm Entertainment, was the lead developer on several Tom Clancy titles over the years. More recently, it released Assassin's Creed Nexus VR and canceled Division Heartland. That makes sense that the Division Heartland was canceled. I never quite understood the Division games. I got how some people could find them fun, but they seem to be missing any kind of soul to them as a game. They seem to be one of those online player games that had a lot more sheen to it than substance. But then again, this is Ubisoft, so that makes sense. Meanwhile, Ubisoft San Francisco was the lead developer on the Rocksmith series. I have to be honest with you, I don't even know what that is. Other titles under its name include South Park: The Fractured But Whole, still one of the greatest gaming names in existence, I think, and the free-to-play shooter X-Defiant, which, let's be honest, at this point, X-Defiant is not what it was supposed to be. It has, I think, performed well and I think is being received as a good game, but it's nowhere near the size and popularity that it needed to be to challenge the other games in its space. This marks the second time this year Ubisoft has reduced its staff by 45 employees. In April, cuts were done across its global publishing teams to enhance our collective efficiency. A month later in May, it revealed that it had cut 1,700 workers between 2022 and then. So this is not layoffs due to crunch hires. This is not layoffs due to short-term downturns. This is just full-on downsizing. And you have to think that these job cuts are coming out just as two of the biggest titles for Ubisoft are coming out pretty soon, right around the corner. Those are, of course, Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws. Those two games are probably going to be massive flops. Star Wars Outlaws for certain is going to be a flop. There's just far too many elements within the game that have been seen and already ridiculed in terms of its performance and its graphics capabilities, as well as a general feeling that the game is going to be very empty and lifeless. And gamers are also upset that Jabba's Palace is being cut from the game when originally it was actually part of the main game and being sold to gamers as paid for DLC. $40 DLC as well. It's quite a hefty price tag for that. I mean, take a look at this image. Who really thought that this was a good character design? Put aside all the claims of wokeness and DEI and all that in this Star Wars Outlaws game. It's just an ugly, uncanny looking character. It doesn't look human. I think Outlaws is going to be a massive L and financial loss for Ubisoft. Now, Assassin's Creed Shadows, it has the Assassin's Creed name attached to it. Normies who have liked the past few Assassin's Creed games and aren't really bothered or know about the controversies around race and Yasuke and all that, they're probably still going to buy this game. And yes, it might not do as well as previous entries, but my guess is that it is still going to make money. It might not make as much money, but it is going to make money. It won't be as big of a failure if it is a failure, but there is still a good chance that this game might still take a loss. And quite honestly, AAA gaming and Ubisoft in general, there seems to be a downturn in the desirability of the games that they're producing. Mostly because there's been a downturn in the quality of games that they're producing. Just like Marvel in the movie space, it seems like a lot of the elements of Marvel films, there's a lot of cutting and pasting of not just a formulaic sense, but of a visual sense put into every movie. There's a sort of Marvel sheen that's been put on all of its subsequent films ever since the original Avengers movie. And just like that, it seems like Ubisoft games are all starting to feel and look the same. They all feel and look like the same open world, light RPG element, good looking graphics until you actually look hard and pay attention to the details game. It's a lot of show over substance, and people are wise to it and they're tired of it, and they're also tired of the agendas that are tied to it. What's to blame for that? I think part of it is laziness. Developers that are cutting and pasting previous work that they've already done, tweaking it a little bit, and then trying to use it for the next game that they're working on. They think it looks different enough, but gamers have keen vision. They can see and feel the similarities. Now, does crunch play a factor into that as well? Sure, I don't think it's right for Ubisoft to expect dev teams to be churning out massive AAA games year after year with only 1 year of development. And trust me, gamers would much rather you take the extra year to make things right than try to push out a unfinished product just so you have something to show investors. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. That's what crunch is all about, and meeting the deadlines. It's all about have something to show the investors. Trying to make money so you can prove to the investors that you're a good investment, that you can get returns. That's why Outlaws has a hard out date and has physical development and merchandise already being made and distributed, when in honesty they should just delay, completely revamp the character looks at least, and let the game bake more till it's right. If Cyberpunk 2077 proved anything, it's that course. The other half of this, I think, is lack of skill. I've kind of talked about this before, but I think a lot of people in these development teams are fresh out of school within the past decade. They were given degrees without being forced to master their craft, and so some of the things they don't know how to actually do at the level that they're supposed to, and so they're faking it till they make it. The problem is, with AAA gaming, you can't fake it till you make it. You have to be able to produce at the high level that the degree says you're supposed to produce at. All I'm saying is, when people wonder why these jobs are being cut, these are some of the reasons why those people are getting fired and why jobs are being laid off. But those are just my thoughts on Ubisoft's latest round of layoffs. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you listening this long, and we'll talk to you again later.